Hey guys, how is it going? I hope everyone is alright whenever you see this video. So yeah, we're going to be doing Sagittarius and Capricorn for today. They're general readings for August 2023. They're going to be both separate readings, alright, and I will be providing timestamps after this live is done for those people that want just one or the other, all right? And everybody is welcome to this reading regardless of where you have Sagittarius or Capricorn in your chart, all right? And these readings are timeless, so they may resonate for some people during the month of August 2023, or it could be a couple of months in the past or even a couple of months in the future, etc. All right, so always take just what resonates for you and leave the rest behind. And if this reading doesn't feel like it's your reading, never force it. Always feel free to check out your other placements. For example, what is your sun, moon, and rising sign? If you don't know that information, you can find a free birth chart online. I believe Cafe Astrology has one. So even if you don't know your exact time that you were born, you can still find out the majority of your placements, okay? So anyway, I usually, after the live is done, will put all that stuff in the description box below if that's something that you want to look into, all right? But yes, we're going to go ahead and start here with Sagittarius. We're going to start off with a little sound bell here to kind of tap into our bodies, take a couple of deep breaths for me to also check in with my guides and make sure that I'm a clear channel for you guys as well. All right, so if you are sensitive to sound, it will be a little loud for a brief moment, all right? So but yeah, let's see what we have coming up here for you, Sagittarius. Okay. All right. Sagittarius. I'm actually going to put this over here for now, just so you can hopefully see the cards a little bit more clearly. Speaking of the cards, I always take one photo of all the cards for each of the zodiac readings, and then I will post it after the live is done in case you want to see it all together, more up close in detail. So that will be available like maybe 10 minutes or so after the live here is done, okay? And again, I'll put info in the description box below, but you can always check out my YouTube channel or my Facebook that already has past videos, and you can look and see where those photos are for some past readings if that's something that you're interested in as well. All right, so Sagittarius, let's see what we have here for you. We've pulled all of your cards ahead of time. So let's talk about real quickly the time frames when some of these things may occur. Okay, so nothing is set in stone as far as the timing goes, but it's just a general guideline. So I'll say the dates real quickly and then I'll say them again when we're on each card. But your first card can be from around August 1st through the 7th. Second card can be from around August 8th through the 14th. Third card can be from around August 15th through the 22nd. And fourth card can be from around August 24th through August 31st, or even even into September, the first couple of days into September, okay? So again, not set in stone as far as the dates, but just a general guideline here. All right, so Sagittarius, you know, right off the bat, as I always say, or straight away, right? You have basically 4 major arcanas here. 3 are in the current present energies, these first 4 cards at the top, okay? And then you have one in the past as well, okay? So the more major arcanas you have in a reading, this can talk about a significant amount of change, okay? The details will be different for everybody, and we'll get into the details in a moment with the reading, but just wanted to say that right away, okay? So other zodiac signs that are showing up here in your reading as well, Sagittarius, you've got Gemini energy twice, and my lights just kind of flickered. I don't know if you guys saw that. Okay. We also have a little bit of Sagittarius energy. Again, you are a Sagittarius, right? Or you have Sagittarius somewhere in your chart, and that's why you're in this reading. Okay, and then we also have Scorpio. So some of you could be dealing with a Gemini, Sagittarius, or Scorpio, or you have a lot of those placements heavily in your birth chart, or another person that you're dealing with does, or it could even be referencing Sagittarius, Scorpio, or Gemini season of this year, of last year, or even next year. Or none of those things really necessarily matter to you as far as the other zodiac signs. All right, so just take what again resonates with you and leave the rest aside. All right, so let's go ahead and call out your 4 main cards here, Sagittarius. We have the Magician in the right side up position, the Judgment card in the right side up position, the 2 of Cups in the right side up position, and the Lovers in the right side up position. All right, and then we'll go over these other cards when we get to them and when Spirit wants to go more into that energy, okay? But like I said, a lot of major arcanas in the first main 4 here, okay? So a lot of significant change perhaps coming up. Maybe some of it has already started for you, Sagittarius. Now, as far as your minor arcana goes here, you have 2 Cups cards, you've got a wand, and you've got a sword, and the rest are major. So the majority is the Cups card for your minor arcana. So this can talk about an underlying theme to your reading. So the Cups in the tarot talk about our emotions, right? So am I emotionally satisfied? Is the environment, is the other person, multiple people? What are my emotional boundaries, priorities? All those things can be a couple of questions, like example questions that may come up, okay? But we'll get into that a little bit later. I just wanted to, you know, talk about it in the beginning, Sagittarius. All right, so Saggy, let's see what we have here for your first card in the reading. You got the Magician in the right side up position. Now, when we're talking about your first card, this can be energy from the recent past still kind of trickling in. That could be a couple of days ago, weeks, months, years, etc. And always, and when you come to any reading, right, it could be about you, someone you're dealing with, multiple people you're dealing with, your general environment situation, all right? But whatever this energy is here, Sagittarius, is really lighthearted and what is the other thing I wanted to say about it? It's more like manifestor, yes, because it's the Magician. Getting things done, feeling like you have all the resources that you need or the certain tools that you need to accomplish whatever it is you want to accomplish in your life. But it's also, it's more than that, right? So he's the Magician, he's the alchemist, Gemini, you know, Sagittarius energy here. I'm trying to think of the right way to describe like the feeling that I get when I was looking at this card for you, Sagittarius. It's like a coming into like who you are, or a realigning yourself again to who you are or you've always been, right? So if we look at the Magician card at the top, right, we have the infinity symbol over his head. So that's being this energy of like, if I was a magician before in the past, I can be a magician again in the future. It's that infinity, endless kind of energy, okay? So again, maybe stepping into more of who you are or reclaiming something about who you are here. But whatever it is, it feels very nice for you, Sagittarius. It's very positive. It has a lot of forward momentum and speed to it, okay? If we were to, let's say, pause your reading right here and there was something that you wanted to accomplish during the month of August, when would be the best times to do that? I would say there's a lot of green lights and open doors here, Sagittarius. So the first week, the second week, and the third week, okay, is looking really good. Not that the second, I'm sorry, did I say that right? The first week, the third week, and the fourth week would be times you might want to accomplish something within your control. The second week is not looking bad, but it's a more slowed down, a little bit more complicated energy here, okay? So I always just like to mention that in the beginning for certain people who, you know, may find that useful, all right? So let's see what else we have here for you, Sagittarius, though. So when we transition into your second week, which may be from around August 8th through the 14th, the dates aren't set in stone. Now we have this Judgment card in the right side up position. And I forgot to mention, yeah, we've got a little bit of Libra energy here as well. So in the beginning, I said Sagittarius, Gemini, and Scorpio, but there's also a little bit of Libra or even Pisces energy here. It's not the official card, okay, but it is showing up with the Judgment card in this right side up position, okay? So the Judgment energy in this card, Sagittarius, feels like some type of ruling or decision that was a long time coming, is what I kind of hear or feel. So this is also where Spirit put all of your other cards, okay? The top and the bottom of each deck is all going under this second week. That's where Spirit or Spirits wanted it, okay? So yeah, there's definitely a lot of like history or energy behind this. Again, feeling like a long time coming around some type of decision or final ruling, okay? Now when we have the Judgment card showing up here for you, Sagittarius, it can be asking you or another person that you're dealing with, multiple people, general environment situation, do I want to resurrect something? Do I want to review something, revise it? Or do I want to just let it go and put it to rest? So that's that kind of final decision, final judgment, final ruling kind of energy here, okay? But let's break it down too and kind of figure out why it's here. All right, so we'll start with the first two smaller cards just because they're easier to put on top here, okay? But this, these cards that are underneath it are always past energy, okay? So whatever the past is for you, okay? But we have, and again, Pisces energy here, the High Priestess, officially the Pisces card. So wait, I did miscount. You don't have 4 major arcanas, you have 5. Wait, let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, yep, 4, 5. Okay, so 2, 3 are in the future, current, present energies up here in the main 4. And then we have, let me move this, I don't know if that makes it better. And then we have 2 in this past energy. Okay, so there was the official card for Pisces. I didn't see it earlier. So again, for some of you Sagittarius, you could be dealing with the Pisces, or have a lot of Pisces in your chart, or referencing Pisces season, or it means nothing to you at all. All right. So what we have here though, Sagittarius, is in the past, here in some way, somebody or something's intuition was completely off or shut off, okay, with the High Priestess in the reverse position. It could have also been that there was some type of secret knowledge that was, I keep hearing like muted, or not completely muted, but like watered down. Some type of secret knowledge was watered down, perhaps for some, for a small few, but for the majority it is just talking about that intuition was off in the past here, okay? But when we have this High Priestess in the reverse position, it then kind of perhaps became a catalyst though. So if we're not trusting our intuition, our gut reactions to things, our first response to things, right? What we innately feel before anyone else or other things may complicate those feelings. Then we have this 10 of Wands in the right side up position, okay? So now it's like in the past, somebody was like, you know, I want some type of ending, new beginning here with this 10 of Wands. Something was shifting here in the past, and it could be, again, something about, you know what, I don't want to no longer listen to my intuition, or if there's some type of secret or secret knowledge that's being kept from me or watered down or made to be confusing or something, that you or somebody or some energy here in the past decided to stop that. And so you also started to perhaps, you say, or they did, or the energy, I want to have better health, right? I want to get more fired up and physical in my body. That's what the wands talk about here, more passion or creativity in some way, and put down burden. So again, when we talk about aces or tens in the tarot, 10 is the highest number. So that's that ending and new beginning energy here in the past, okay? But it feels like a good ending, because it's like, again, I'm no longer going to not trust my intuition. I am no longer going to, you know, let this energy or this person keep secrets from me, or me keep secrets from myself, that kind of thing, okay? But let's go even further and see what else we have here for you. Again, more insight into why the Judgment card is showing up here in your second week, Sagittarius. So now we have over here the Death card in the reverse position and the Seven of Cups in the right side up position, okay? So it could be that in the past, this Death card in the reverse position was right underneath the High Priestess in reverse. So if we are, again, not trusting our intuition, it could be in some ways we're not letting go of something that is over, right? The Death card in the reverse position. We normally, well, that's not the right way to say it. I guess it would be, we would normally want to see the Death card in the right side up position. In some ways, that would be saying that we're embracing change. That's what the Death card is all about, change, right? So remember how I said in the beginning of your reading, you've got all this change here. 3 in the first main 4, and then 2 in the past position. So maybe in the past there was some type of resistance to change, certain type of change, or change in general, or letting certain things go. There could have been also and not enough wisdom in the past, okay? Because normally we would have this owl at the top of the Death card representing that wisdom. And so it's also like the natural cycles of life, right? So that's why death represents change. You see this little kid playing with a human skull, so it's kind of like, not scary per se, but it's kind of like, oh, I didn't expect to see that maybe, right? But that's just talking about the cycles of life. So death and rebirth, okay? When we pair that though with the Seven of Cups in the past, it could be that, again, we're talking about cups being the majority of your minor arcana here in the beginning, that there was a lot of options in the past, emotional options, and perhaps somebody in the past wasn't ready to make a decision about that. But we know that because the Judgment card is here in the future, current, present energies, that someone is going to make a decision, or some type of final judgment is going to come in and say, do I want to repeat this? Do I want to resurrect it? Or do I want to let it go, right? But in this past energy with the Seven of Cups in the right side of position, it could even be this kind of window shopping for options type of energy. A lot of times you can say even the Seven of Cups is a dark night of the soul energy over here, okay, in this past energy. So here we see the king talking to Morgana and asking her, what do you see in my future? And she's like, well, what do you want in your future, right? There's different little objects in every cup. So it's like this dark night of the soul, resisting the intuition, resisting change, but then it leading to, I know an ending, new beginning is coming. How do I want to do this, right? Do I want the ending or do I want the new beginning? Do I want, okay, I didn't say that right. Do I want something to end and something new to come in? Yes. But also, do I want to hold on to the old thing and rework with it, okay, and revise it? This doesn't even necessarily all the way feel like you, Sagittarius. It could be, again, another person, multiple people, general environment situation that you're dealing with here. Maybe it's somebody really close to you. It'll be different for everybody since it is a general reading, of course. But it's like whatever this final ruling is and decision is, there is like a little bit, well, no, I'm not going to say that. I would say sometimes there could be a feeling of like a self-destructive energy if the ruling or decision isn't necessarily go in your favor or the way that you want it. But based on the other cards that follow it, it doesn't feel like that, Sagittarius. It really wants you to also get in touch with the emotions, right? Again, all these Cups cards that you have here. If we look at the Judgment card in this deck, this woman is kind of underwater, right? Water, emotions, our bodies are 90% water, okay? Talking about dreams, right? Psychic abilities, again, the High Priestess in the reverse position under it. So, yeah, I feel like the more that you embrace your intuition, embrace some change here, and make some type of final decision, or accept some type of final decision if it's not you making a decision, and kind of just move forward, okay? Again, whatever this is, Sagittarius, for you individually, for everybody, it is a little bit of slowdown of energy, but not completely. Like, it's still moving, but it just has a lot of stuff underneath it. It has a lot of undercurrents, right, in water underneath it, okay? But whatever this energy is here, Sagittarius, or this ruling or this final decision, it looks and it feels pretty good, okay? Because then you go from your second week to your third week, which we said could be from around March 15th through the 22nd. And now you have the Two of Cups in the right side up position, okay? So this is a union card, all right, that talks about a highly divine and destined union. It can be one union or multiple unions. It can be romantic, it doesn't have to. It can be a work partnership. It can be friends or family or platonic, or it can even be self-love, right? But they're giving each other the same amount. There's an equal give and take and reciprocity here. And we have the angel behind them, again, highly divinely protected, right? And so this is really beautiful here for you, Sagittarius. Now, I can't remember because I did the reading later last night. I can't remember if it was Libra or Scorpio. They had the same card but in a completely different position. So like I always say, if you are, let's say, a sun sign Sagittarius, or whatever your sun sign is, you're going to share a lot of the elements in your birth chart with the sign previous to you and the sign after to you, okay? So just wanted to say that maybe some of you guys check out the other reading if you feel guided. But anyway, Sagittarius, again, this is like a really nice reading here for you. Again, it said almost like your first week, your third and your fourth are all kind of open doors or green lights, as you were, so to speak, right, as we would say. Also, when we talked about the cups in the beginning, okay, also being like I know what makes me emotionally happy and fulfilled, and my emotional boundaries and priorities, all those things. So taking the emotions and being, what's the right way to say it? Being clear and being in touch with them and just being clear about it. I don't know. That's just what I hear. Okay. But let's keep going here, Sagittarius, okay? Because then you have kind of another union card, all right? Again, highly divinely guided and higher vibrational love, if we were to say it. Again, it could be romantic, platonic, self-love, or friends or family, but you have the Lovers card, the official card for Gemini, showing up here in that 4th week, which we said could be from around August 24th through the 31st, or even a few days into September here, okay? But this feels really nice as well, okay? It is, and one way to look at both the divine feminine and the divine masculine coming together that we all have inside of us as well. But it feels, you know, really nice here for you, Sagittarius. And again, it could be multiple unions that we're talking about, but it could be, you know, leaving behind maybe with the 2nd week past unions that weren't high vibrational, okay, or that were more toxic or more unhealthy. So leaving those things behind perhaps and making more healthier decisions. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know how else to say it because it feels pretty clear cut to me, and hopefully you understand. But let's see what else we have here for you because we're not done yet. Now we have your tarot confirmation card, Sagittarius, that's going to come in here and confirm all 4 weeks, all 4 cards at the top that we just kind of talked about. And this is a combination of past and future energy. So you have the 5 of Swords in the reverse position, okay? And this is kind of what we would call, well, actually, I wouldn't even call it that. I was going to say it's a good reversal, but not necessarily, okay? It could go either or, right? But depending, well, based on the cards that are before it, well, actually, yeah, it still feels like a good reversal. Yeah, I take that back. It's letting go of some type of defenses, right? And it could be mental defenses. So the Swords and the Tarot talk about anxiety, worry, overthinking, okay, overstimulated, all those things in the crown chakra, logical mind. So perhaps letting some of that go or putting it more in balance, also with the emotions, the intuition, the physical body, so like the 5D spiritual world and the 3D physical world, as we were going to say. But yeah, it's like letting go of this defensive energy. It could also be letting go of, what's the way to say it? It's like, I say this with love, right? Because I have my son is in Sagittarius, right? So sometimes, and it won't be true for every Sagittarius, but we can be, of course, blunt, right? But we can also be like sharp-tongued if we want to be, right? Or if someone brings it out of us, so to speak, okay? But with that 5 of Swords in the reverse position, it's like we don't have to be that way, right? We also don't have to compete with others with the 5 of Swords in reverse. So maybe you or someone else or multiple people, general environment situation, is realizing that, and that also brings these deeper unions or more healthy unions, so to speak, right? It's also about 5 of Swords in the reverse position, focusing more on the present moment, right? So if we have anxiety, worry, overthinking, it's because we're too much in the past or too much in the future, perhaps, right? So focusing again on that present moment, and letting some of the defenses go. But it looks really good, and it looks like you've already started to do that here, Sagittarius, with all these changes coming in for you. Again, some of them may have already started previously before August, but it's like if you continue on this path so far and continue to do those things, then you can stay in that nice energy of the Two of Cups and the Lovers. All right. So Sagittarius, before we switch over to Capricorn, let's get your little oracle card here as well. All right, so the one that you got for this time period is really pretty. It looks like a woman angel here kind of dancing, and it looks like she's putting her hands in some type of, I don't know, it makes me think of like when you're in the Catholic Church and you put your hands in the water and bless yourself, right? It looks some type of circulatory, no, that's not right. It looks like this circular figure, and this light is like emanating out of it, okay? But anyway, I'll just show you the card and you can bring your own stuff to it. But the name of the card is She Offers the Sacred Wine, So Drink. Okay, so hopefully you can see that thing I was trying to talk about. Maybe it's holy water because she's an angel. Maybe not. Maybe it's the wine because the card mentions wine. Whatever it is, right? It's a really pretty metaphor, pretty card, okay? So this oracle deck is the Rumi or Remi oracle deck. He was a Persian poet from the 14th, 15th century in Persia. And they've taken some of his poetry and put it together with these really beautiful cards. So I'll read the poem and then summarize what we have already talked about in your reading. I'm not going to read all of it, but yeah. All right. So let's see here, Sagittarius. O wine, giver of enlightened hearts, offer me the wine of your kindness, for this is the reason you have brought me here from the desert of oblivion. O beautiful wine giver, pour me the wine that gives me insight, offer me the wine from the sea of love, and fill my heart with pearls. Pour it into my heart until I shred the veil and go beyond reason. My spirit is consumed by judgment, and my life is reduced by thoughts. Pour that precious wine over the frozen cries of skeptics until their words become warm and their nays become yays. Will you say yes to me? I want to take you with me on a wild adventure. Here we shall be, tripping, stumbling, falling like fools, laughing our most unconstrained laughter as we drink the sweetest of offerings. Rambunctious and silly shall we be, though undoubtedly we are from the noblest and most royal lineage. Nonetheless, standing inside the tavern, warm and illuminated by the golden hearth fires, we will hold on to each other, barely able to stand up straight, crying with so much laughter, sweet wine coursing through our blood. Sorry, let me turn that down. Okay. So yeah, that's funny that I remember this one now, Sagittarius, and it does, I don't know, it makes me think of just good times, right? It's talking about laughing and enjoying ourselves, right? And having maybe a drink, or even if you don't drink, it's more of the energy of being lighthearted or not being so serious, right? Okay, so it feels like a natural card for Sagittarius, okay, right? That silly kind of goofy energy, perhaps. Not saying that we're always like that or we're not taken seriously, but just more of like the inner child kind of energy coming out here. All right, so let's see what else it says here. It says, when this card shows up, this oracle comes with guidance for you. Are you having fun yet? Well, you may need to wash your hair and tend to your accounts. That is fine. You may even need to count your fingers and toes. But over and over again? Really, beloved? Surely you can find some time in between the endless to-dos of your to-do list to throw a tantrum and come dancing with me instead. Your honor and commitment, discipline and focus are certainly to be rewarded with some I can't say this word right now. I'm gonna try again. With some uninhibited nonsense. hopefully, come put aside that seriousness for a moment or more and allow the wild child in you to take your body and soul for a spin. Together, let's go and paint the town the color of red. Yeah, that's beautiful, right? And also, in the actual poem itself, I forgot to say, like, it talked about my spirit is consumed by judgment, right? We had the judgment card in the second week. Talking about also with the Five of Swords in reverse, putting all these endless thoughts or defenses down. Okay, so putting all those things down. So it's kind of echoing what we already kind of said here in the reading. But yeah, let's see. This always comes with a little meditation for the card if you want to get to more of the energy of this card. So let's see. It says, if you have a glass with some drinkable liquid, water is fine, or even juice, or wine if appropriate, whatever you prefer, place your hands over the filled glass and say the following. All things emanate from the divine beloved, and the divine beloved lives in all things. In this sacred nectar, I give the gift of love from the divine beloved. I sip, I drink, I partake of this sacred gift offered to me now. I place my mind aside and choose instead to bear witness to what is offered now through the gift of grace. I ask for assistance that I may remember what it is to play and to find the joy of living, the delight of my path, and the humor of life. Bless me with such grace, so be it. And then it says, go ahead and have a drink. You finished your sacred honoring ritual. So yeah, Sagittarius, you need to have some fun. All right. That's kind of what that's been talking about here. Okay. So hopefully you know how to do that. I feel like you do. All right. So that is your reading, dear Sagittarius. Again, I will be posting one photo of all the cards together in case you want to see them more up close in detail after this live is done, maybe 10 15 minutes after. So if you want to do that, all you have to do is click in the description box below and follow the instructions to go to my website, and it will take you to my Facebook page where I'll put the photos. Okay. But yeah, let's see what time we're at, okay, before we kind of regroup and switch over to Capricorn. We're at about 37 minutes. It was like 37 minutes and 37 seconds, like 37. Okay, so that's a message there in itself, right? Divine timing. Okay. All right, so yes, let's go ahead and switch over to Capricorn. And let me get my music back here, just a little bit of the ambient noise. Sometimes it just gets too quiet, and then I worry that the mischief makers, the animals, will start acting crazy. Okay, so let's let these cards charge with the crystals here, and then we'll do some deep shuffling and clear the energy. No, this way. Okay, I can't see for a second. I was like, wait, is that right side up or what is that? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do a sound bell. Just kind of throw these in here for now before we do the actual shuffling. I think I want to do a little bit of incense too, even though my allergies are like, don't. I'm like, I want to though. So passing your cards through the smoke or doing the sound bell are two great ways to clear the energy from the previous reading. So maybe I'll just do a little incense and then kind of like put it out. Fire. Fire, fire. Yeah, I got a lot of Sagittarius in my chart. Anyway, a lot of fire. Not that that makes me a pyromaniac, but I do like to look at fire a little bit. Obviously not like cause damage or anything. Alright. Just me being silly right now. Okay. Let's get some smoke here. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and put this out for now. You can always relight it later, but I do have the windows closed, so it's probably going to be too stuffy. Even though I like to look at the smoke and all that. We got the general idea, okay. We passed the cards through the smoke, so that is good. So let's now go ahead and do a sound bell to again clear the energy of the cards for myself and for you guys, to just tap into our bodies, take a couple deep breaths, all that good stuff. All right, so this is going to be for Capricorn, and it may be a little bit loud for a few moments, so just bear with me. All right, for Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, let's go ahead and do some shuffling here and see what's coming up for you for August. Alright, so spirits guide my hands. Messages for Earth sign Capricorn the goat for August 2023. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for Earth sign Capricorn the goat for August 2023. What do they need to see? What do they need to know for their highest good? Messages for Capricorn, Earth sign Capricorn the goat for August 2023. What do they need to see? What do they need to know for their highest good? Spirits, guide my hands. 4 cards only, please. Spirits, messages for Capricorn the goat for August 2023. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Messages for Earth sign Capricorn the goat for August. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Messages for Capricorn. Okay, so we're going to take the top and the bottom as well. So here. Switch over here. Alright, messages for Earth sign Capricorn the goat for August 2023. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? What? Spirits guide my hands. Messages for Earth sign Capricorn the goat for August 2023. 1 card only, please. Spirits for Capricorn. Alright, same thing. We'll take the top and the bottom. It's over here. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for Earth sign Capricorn the goat for August 2023. guys. One card only, please. Messages for Earth sign Capricorn the Goat for August 2023. It's like the same card that came out last time. Let me try one more. Let's see what else we get. Alright, guys. Messages for Earth sign Capricorn the Goat for August 2023. Okay. Sorry. I think the... Alright, the lawnmower's out. Okay, guys, it's alright. It's just the lawnmower, guys. The neighbors mowing their lawn. Okay, so I'll just try to kind of talk over them and hopefully you can draw them out. But I'm going to go ahead for you, Capricorn, and take the second oracle card that came out and put back the other one. That's been happening a lot this series of readings. Sometimes they're just crossover messages, so if there was a repeat from Sagittarius's, might be something that you want to rewind the rest of this video later and go back and see what their oracle card said, because it could be an extra one for you. But we're only going to do one for each sign, right? Okay, so let's see how now Spirit wants these cards placed. They kind of came out like this, so I'm just going to confirm with them real quickly how they want all of these cards here. Alright, so let's start with these two. Spirits, did you want the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse position to represent what's on the bottom of this Hermaic Tarot deck for this Capricorn August reading? Yes, so they want that, we'll leave it. And Spirits, did you want the Star card in the reverse position to represent what's on the bottom of this Ancestral Path Tarot deck for this Capricorn August reading? No? Okay. Spirits, you want the Star in the right side up position, correct, to represent what's on the bottom of this Ancestral Path Tarot deck for this Capricorn August reading. Okay, so they want that there. Now, let's see. Spirits, did you want the Two of Sacred Circles in the reverse position to represent the fourth tarot card for this Capricorn August reading? Yes. Alright, so we've confirmed all the reversals here real quickly. Now we need to figure out where they want these cards. I feel like it might be in this third week, but we'll find out in a second. And these two, maybe over here under the first card. We'll have to double check. Just turn the music up a little bit. Maybe it'll help with the animals. All right. Okay, so Spirits, did you want me to talk about the Two of Wands in the right side up position and the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse position when I talk about the Tower in the right side up position? Yes? Okay, so they want that there. All right. And let's see here. Yep, it feels like that, but let's double check. Spirits, do you want me to talk about the Princess of Sacred Circles in the right side up position and the Star card in the right side up position when I talk about the Prince of Cups in the right side up position? Yes? Okay, so they want that there. So, looks like we got it all kind of figured out as far as the placement goes here, Capricorn. So let's take your photo and we'll get started, okay? So this is for Capricorn. Try to move everything up a little bit here. Up and over. Okay. So let's take your photo. Just stand up real quick. There's always a glare, so I always have to make sure I stand up. All right. Let's see, do we get it? Yep, looks good. Okay. Capricorn. Let's see what we have here for you for August. Ow, and I just hit my knee there. Okay, good times. Yeah, let's go ahead and call out your cards, and then we'll kind of talk about the key dates when some of these things may occur. You have one major arcana, okay, throughout your whole reading, and it's the first card in your reading, and it's in the future, current, present energies, so to speak. So that's interesting. Okay, so you got a little bit of Scorpio energy here, but not their official card. So for some of you Capricorns, you could be dealing with a Scorpio, or you have a lot of Scorpio in your chart, or the other person does, or multiple people, or it could be even referencing Scorpio season of this year, last year, or even next year, or it means nothing at all, but I just wanted to mention it in the beginning, okay? Cleo, no. All right. So we got the Tower in the right side up position here as your first card, Capricorn. We have the Princess of Swords in the right side up position as your second card. We've got the Prince of Cups in the right side up position as your third card. And we have the Two of Sacred Circles in the reverse position as your fourth card, okay? And then we'll talk about the other ones a little bit later here as we go throughout your reading, all right? But yeah, you have that one, I'm sorry, you have two majors. I didn't think about that for a second. I wasn't looking over here. So let's go back and figure out what we said and correct it, right? So not only Scorpio energy here with the Tower card, you also have the Star card in the past position. So Capricorn, you could be dealing with an Aquarius or a Scorpio. Just say that, all right? Now we can go forward. I was like, wait, we have got two major arcanas, not one, but two, okay? And the light just flickered there, so interesting. All right, so Capricorn, as far as your minor arcana goes here, we want to see what the majority of your minor arcana is. All right, so we've got three Pentacles cards, two Swords, and two Wands, or one Wand. I'm sorry, let's do that again. So three Pentacles, it's probably going to be Pentacles, right? Two Swords, one Cup, and one Wand, okay? And then the rest are majors. So the majority of your minor arcana is the Pentacles, also known as Sacred Circles, in this deck, okay? So what does that mean? That could mean for some of you guys, there's this underlying theme of money, finances, wealth, abundance, like that. But it could also be another form of abundance as far as our values. So am I being valued enough? Is the environment, are the other people valuable to me? Are they valuing me, vice versa, etc.? So those are just a couple of like example questions that may show up for some of you guys here, okay? But let's go, you know, through the reading one by one. And also I'm going to say the key dates here again because I forgot to do that. All right, so we're going to say that the first card may be from around, not set in stone, August 1st through the 7th. The second card may be from around August 8th through the 14th. The third card can be from around August 15th through the 22nd. And the fourth card may be from around August 24th through the 31st, or even into the first couple of days of September. So I'll say the dates again when we're on each card, but it is just kind of like a general guideline. It's not set in stone, okay? But let's go ahead and see here, Capricorn, your first card. This first card is going to be energy that we're also maybe picking up stuff from the recent past, okay? But it is some type of shocking or surprising information coming in, okay? Because you have the Tower in the right side up position, okay? So I actually like this card when I get it for myself, some people freak out, right? Because it does represent like dramatic change, but it doesn't always have to be bad change, okay? But what we see is there's this lightning hitting the top of the crown chakra, the top of the building, right? So that's enlightenment, spiritual downloads, revelations, something changing. Something has to be broken down to its foundation and then rebuilt back up in this new way, okay? So yeah, that's definitely a dramatic way to start off any reading, or even like the first of the month, right? Or the first week of any month, okay? But again, it doesn't necessarily have to be bad. And just as like a little side note, the cards that follow it are pretty nice energies here, so I wouldn't necessarily assume that it's going to be all bad, right? It may be uncomfortable and annoying, but it doesn't necessarily have to be all bad, all right? But now let's look at Capricorn, what is underneath this card, to get even more insight on why the tarot card showed up here, okay? So we've got the Two of Wands in the right side up position and the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse position here, okay? And this is past energy. Call them the sponsor cards that made it possible for this tower to show up in the right side up position and in the future, current, present energies as your first card, okay? So it looks like here in the past, Capricorn, there could have been a lot of looking forward to something, some first steps, okay, as far as trying to think of the way to say it. Looking forward to something, the first couple of steps to something. It could have something to do with health in the past, but it doesn't have to be. Just whatever gets us fired up in our physical body. And so with this Two of Wands energy, then to see the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse position, it's like, okay, so what was happening, right? We were starting on the right track perhaps with the Two of Wands in the right side up position, and then we have the Eight of Pentacles in that reverse position. So it could be that in the past, whatever the past is for you, a couple days ago, weeks, months, years, etc., there was some type of evaluation perhaps that didn't go correctly or didn't go according to what you wanted or the other person wanted. Multiple people wanted, general environment situation, okay? But with the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse position, it's like a lack of effort or work being put into something, okay? So it could have something to do with actual job, right? But it doesn't have to be. Guys, please. Hold on. Hermes. It's just somebody mowing the lawn. Hermes, you showing off right now in the Capricorn reading? Yeah, you are. You too, Cleo. That's enough. I'm hoping they'll stop in a few minutes. Hey! Because I don't want to have to get up and go yell at them again. But, yeah, anyway. I'm like right in the middle of thought and then it's just distracting. You guys are up to no good. No treats for the rest of your life. No. I'm serious, Cleo. Knock off the barking. Nope. Alright. So I'm just going to keep talking loud and hopefully you guys can hear me and hopefully they'll shut up in a minute. They'll shut up in a minute. So Capricorn, sorry about that. Okay, so in the past, right, we had this looking forward to something, taking the first steps of something, but then there was some type of evaluation in some type of effort in a relationship, at work, whatever it may be, and this obviously created this tower moment, okay? I'm gonna go kill them. 1 second. Jesus, guys. Really? Come here. That's enough. All right, so this Eight of Pentacles in the reverse position in the past here, Capricorn, led to that Tower movement, right? So if there wasn't enough effort being put into something, into beginning the first steps of something or looking forward to something, if somebody or the energy was just off, then that's not going to make us hopeful, right, to looking forward to this new thing or starting this new thing, right? And so yeah, that's like definitely could be like a bummer kind of energy, right? And because it's Eight of Pentacles in the reverse position in the past, it could have been something again with money or finances. Perhaps there wasn't enough financial backing or savings, okay, whatever you want to call it, in the past. But it is causing this Tower moment where we're going to break something down. We're going to have maybe a different idea to then get financial backing, or a different idea to then having more value in the future, right? So again, Tower moment can be surprising and shocking, but it doesn't always have to be bad. And based on the cards that follow it, it's looking really good here, Capricorn. All right, so let's keep going and see what we have for your second week, which we said could be from around August 8th through the 14th, okay? And we have the Princess of Swords in the right side up position, okay? So now we have mental clarity coming in, and what does she have behind her? She has the Sun behind her. The Sun card in the tarot represents the same thing that the lightning did in the Tower, right? So that's revelations, spiritual downloads. Now I finally understand something, a new idea, a new belief, a new way to go about something, okay? Whatever it is, now it's showing up in a more calmer vibe, right? In a more digestible kind of energy. So with this Princess of Swords in the right side up position, Hermes! I am so sorry, guys. This has not happened in a minute. Hermes! Okay, guys. So, please forgive me, Capricorn. All right. Where we were talking about before I left the room, the Princess of Swords in the right side up position. Now there's this calmer type of energy. There's more mental clarity around whatever type of messages came in. So the spiritual downloads, revelations, aha moments, I finally understand something. So there's two bodies of water behind this woman, or maybe only one body of water, but we have kind of the reflection in the water. So for a second it looked like two bodies of water. I think that's another swords card where there's a lake and then the ocean, but this one is probably just the ocean, we'll say, okay? But this is the water in the tarot represents the emotions, right? So processing the emotions with whatever that new revelation, spiritual download, aha moment coming in, and then having more mental clarity around it. And again, a more like calming type of energy, okay? We have divine feminine energy with the Princess of Swords here. Now, because we have a princess, right, she's open to you know, always learning new things. She's not necessarily a queen or set in her ways, okay? So for some of you guys, Capricorn, there could be a leveling up in some area of your life. It's not a queen, it's a princess, so maybe it's not a huge offer, but it's not a page, okay, or a student, so it's a princess. So it's a kind of a medium-sized offer or communication maybe coming in, or even again, a leveling up in some area of your life here, okay? But it feels really nice. And if we were to like pause your reading right here and right now, Capricorn, I would say if there was something that you wanted to accomplish within your control, okay, that the second and the third week are the best times to do that during the month of August here so far, okay? So we're saying the second week could be from around August 8th through the 14th or so, or even just saying August 8th through August 22nd would include both of those weeks, okay? Again, it's not set in stone, but just looking like the middle of August is going to feel like a smoother ride here for you, Capricorn, if that makes sense, okay? Now, when we come to your third card here, we've got another type of royalty energy that is youthful, right? So we go from the Princess of Swords in the right side up position to now the Prince of Cups in the right side up position. So again, this kind of royalty energy, but very youthful, okay? So much like the Princess of Swords, the Prince of Cups is going to be open to learning new things, right? Now this Prince of Cups, when he shows up here, Capricorn, excuse me, this is when we have that medium-sized offer communication coming in like doubly. It felt doubly because with the Princess of Swords, it's not necessarily a communication or offer coming in, but it could be this leveling up, right? So medium-sized leveling up. Then you have another size, actually medium offer or opportunity coming in here for you, and it could be something emotionally satisfying and fulfilling. We see lightning in the background in this guy's card as well, right? The lightning from the Tower, your first card, okay? So he's leaving this more challenging, surprising, or startling energy from the past. He's leaving the storms behind him, and now he's moving to greener pastures, as they say, okay, here, Capricorn. And this medium-sized offer opportunity, it could be you're going to say this to someone, or someone's going to say this to you, or it comes in general from your spirit guides, guardian angels, what have you, ancestors, but it feels really nice here, okay? And it could even also bring a type of celebratory energy as well, okay? Again, there's this like more positive emotion showing up here too, like processing all the things that came through in the first and the second week, and then it's like goes from this calmer energy to now maybe stepping out and communicating that to yourself or to others or to both, okay, however it may come in. But again, it's not the hugest offer of communication, but it's not the smallest either. It's not a page, but a prince, okay? So that's why we say it's a medium size, okay? But I like this here for you, Capricorn. Now I want to see what is underneath it here to get even more insight, all right, to give us more details. So what we have underneath is the Princess of Sacred Circles in the right side up position, and the Star, Aquarius energy, in the right side up position as well. So this is past information that made it possible for the Prince of Cups in the right side up position to show up in your future, current, present energies, okay? So we've got Earth sign energy over here with the Princess of Sacred Circles, Princess of Pentacles. So Capricorn, that would be you. Also Taurus and Virgo, right? It's not your official card, but it's there. And then with the Star card, we have Aquarius, air sign energy, all right? So it looks like here that in the past, Capricorn, there could have been planting seeds for the future, right? We see this pregnant woman, and she even has a child, right, already in her hands on her other arm, okay? But it's the metaphor of being pregnant. So not necessarily being fertile or being a woman, right, but planting seeds and having something still in like a gestation period, because she's also a princess, again, royalty energy, and being open to learning new things here in the past. When you pair it with the Star card, this is the official artist card, musician card, right? But it's also more about having hope for the future. So the woman is looking up at the star, looking forward to things. So that goes back to also your Two of Wands in the right side up position that was in the past that we already kind of talked about. So looking forward to something, taking the first steps to something, very small baby steps, okay, with the Two of Wands. But over here now with the Star, it's like transmuting the energy, right? She's standing in water. She's got one foot on the land and one foot in the water, and she's kind of doing the Aquarius alchemy, taking the emotions and processing it and moving it back and forth, okay? So this is past energy that made it possible, okay, again, for that Prince of Cups to show up in the right side up position here for you, Capricorn. So again, a nice medium-sized communication or offer coming in and looking really nice here for you. All right, so your whole reading here, Capricorn, though, is like, you know, very unexpected, okay? So I can't remember based on the astrology notes. Yeah, we do. We have Uranus going in retrograde on August 28th. But your reading feels like in the beginning, Uranus is shock and surprises, the Tower card, right? But you have it again at the end of your reading here, okay? So we have Uranus going to retrograde. It's going to be change at a slower rate, okay, until January 27th in general for everyone. If you want to look more into it, you can look it up yourself or look at the astrology notes video I have here on my channel. But I say all of that because your fourth card here, which we said could be from around August 24th through the 31st or even the first couple days of September, is the Two of Sacred Circles in the reverse position, okay? So now it's almost like I'm not juggling as much as I used to in the past, but I'm also not necessarily asking for help. This could be here, Capricorn, too, because of what your tarot confirmation card is over here, and I'll tell you in a few seconds. It's like, don't not communicate when you need help, right? Sometimes we can, yeah. Oh, do you ever feel overwhelmed? That's just what the phone said in the commercial. Right? So Capricorn, if you feel overwhelmed in some way, you don't always have to do everything by yourself. So you don't have to tell everybody, but there's got to be somebody, okay, or some energy that you can ask for help with. Because the Two of Sacred Circles is in the reverse position, if it was right side up, this Native American man would be asking the bear spirit for help. How do I save money? How do I get more value? How do I be more valued? How do I slowly advance, right? But it's reversed. So don't not ask the bear spirit here, Capricorn. Don't not ask somebody in your life, whether alive or past or combination of both, because that's just gonna make the juggling go on for longer, right? So it's like you go from this high-paced energy in the third week to then things completely slowing down here in that fourth week towards the end of August into September. Depending on where you are in the world, I was talking about the Uranus retrograde being kind of in tune with the seasons, right? Going into fall, into winter, being more introspective, things slowing down, that it was kind of complementary to that. But again, not everybody is in the same place in the world, in the same seasons and time frames like that. But yeah, it's like, let's just make sure that we stay open in our communication. They say that too here, Capricorn, because your tarot confirmation card is the King of Swords in the right side up position. So this tarot confirmation card, it comes in and it confirms all 4 cards, all 4 weeks that we kind of just talked about. And he's the King of Swords, right? Remember, you had a princess, a princess, a prince, and now you actually have a king, okay? So he wants to communicate, and he wants clear, logical minds, okay? He doesn't want confusion. He uses his sword as a tool and a weapon to clear things out of his pathway. Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Again, you had Aquarius down there. But yeah, just be open to that too. And in this deck here, Capricorn, there's like all these little angels and fairies all over the card, and even in the background it looks like some kind of weird angel or like Mothman or something. I'm thinking of like the West Virginia Mothman, but I don't think that's what they meant with this deck, okay? But I'm going to show you. I'm going to come a little closer. You can see, hopefully, all those little angels there, right? So the angels could also be the same thing as the Native American bear, right? So it's just talking about the spiritual realm, ancestors, spirit guides, what have you, to make sure, yeah, that maybe you just tap in a little bit there, Capricorn, or have someone else teach you how to tap in if you don't know how to do that, okay? But it doesn't feel like a huge block or anything like that, okay? So, yeah, you still have a really nice energy here, Capricorn. So let's keep going and see what else we have here for you as far as your oracle card, Capricorn, before we go. So this deck is the Rumi or Remy Oracle deck. Sorry. My phone sometimes will not let me like up and down the volume on the music. So anyway, we'll forget the music. So Rumi or Remy, depending on how you pronounce his name, he was a 14th to 15th century Persian poet. So they've taken some of his poetry and put them together with these beautiful cards, okay? So the card that you got for this time period or beyond, Capricorn, is a new gown, okay? And one of the other signs got this. I think it might have been Leo or Virgo. I can't remember, okay? Doesn't necessarily matter, but this new gown always makes me think of the Emperor with no clothes, so we'll talk about that in a minute if you guys aren't familiar with that story, that children's story, I guess. But let's see, we're going to read the poem here real quickly and then kind of summarize with what we've already said in the reading, okay? So, a new gown. Weary and consumed by longing, I was caressed by my beloved last night. My wounded soul was set free when I tasted the sweetness of love. My spirit was lifted at once. I surrendered my life, while overflowing with joy, and my vision was filled with light. Love said, "Don't feel so hopeless, my weary and gloomy one, for my generosity is beyond forgetting those devoted to me. See how boundless divine justice can be. Behold my immeasurable kindness." Love embraced my spirit, and all my doubts vanished at once. A new and glorious robe of honor was placed on my shoulders. Love offered me the power of new vision and the transforming touch of divine generosity, and placed the chalice of eternal wine in my hand. I have a perfect gift for you. It is a gown of new colors, of colors brightly suited to you and no other. The colors of this gown will make your eyes sparkle and gleam as though they were more beautiful than the most precious of jewels. The colors of this new gown will make your skin seem luminous as if lit from within. For, of course it is, beautiful angel, your complexion is radiant with the light of life. Your hair will shine with luster, and your entire being will be complemented by this gown as it enhances your beauty in all ways. So hold on no longer to that shabby, tattered cloak, so unworthy of you. Cast it off. Let me grace your shoulders now with this royal robe instead, that you may shine beautifully as befits a royal child of divine personage. So yeah, so what was I starting to talk about? The emperor with no clothes and the new gown, or the gown of invisibility, right? So people not knowing that he was invisible, or what his nakedness means, or basically what does our clothes mean, right? But we're not necessarily talking about clothes, right? We're talking about the metaphor for that. So energy. So putting aside here, Capricorn, let's say old clothes or old energy that is no longer serving us, okay? It says this oracle comes with the sacred guidance for you. You are stepping into enlightenment in a new way, and it is to be honored. Don't allow yourself to be dragged into dramas or power games. You are worthy of so much more than that. You are tapping into your inner divinity, and others may not know how to respond to that. Some will respond with love and acknowledgement, while others will respond with fear and judgment, calling you too big for your boots or high and mighty. Those are voices of fear, not truth. Be in your dignity and power and keep going. It is the divine that urges you thus, not the ego. Do not doubt the changes happening within you now. Embrace them. Yes. All right. So to get more into the energy of this card, I would say, well, before we even do that, I would say, Capricorn, that you could put this new gown with the King of Swords and the Two of Sacred Circles, right? So letting go of old juggling patterns or old ways of not asking for help when we need help or guidance or assistance, whether it's from a spiritual realm and or people who are alive currently, right? So putting all that kind of past stuff away. But yeah, let's see what the little meditation here has to say, Capricorn. So it says, place your hands very lightly upon the top of your head and say the following aloud. I cast aside lesser crowns. Okay. Open your hands up to the heavens and say aloud, I receive the royal gown descending through grace. Okay. Slowly and gently guide your hands down from over the top of your head alongside your body, as though you're drawing a royal robe over your head. Allow your hands to gently touch the floor as though the robe completely covers you. Sit comfortably and visualize or extend that the most beautiful gown of many colors is surrounding you. You may or may not be aware of the colors. You may see layers of shimmering lights, stars, roses, and flowers, and more. You may hear the gown singing like a choir of angels, or gurgling as though it is the fountain of liquid gold. Let it be as it is for you, as subtle or powerful as it wishes to be. Whatever happens for you is perfect. When you are ready, simply open your eyes, place your hands in a prayer position, and bow your head. You have completed your sacred honoring ritual. Yeah, so I like that, Capricorn, basically talking about putting that imaginary cloak on and the type of energy or how it feels, how it looks, how it sounds to you, and just wearing it and owning it, okay? So anyway, Capricorn, that is your reading. I will be posting the one photo of all these cards in a few moments. So if you want to check that out, all you have to do is click in the description box below, follow my website, and I give you instructions on where my Facebook page is and where I post the photo if you feel guided or want to see it. What else? Yes, I think that's pretty much it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. They're both free, and it does help support my channel here and help it grow. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So I'm going to take a break, and I will be back a little bit later with Aquarius and Pisces. Okay, so you guys take care, and I will see you later. All right, bye.